Also, if you have fabric at least, access to mod menu, we will cover forge or other config reading methods as well. So you can actually access some configs here with mod menu. I haven't come across this for forge, so we actually demonstrate by going out of the forge menu. You can see we aren't able to access it. Unfortunately, you'd have to go with the config file here under your .minecraft, like so. As you can see there. So if we actually go to mod menu, you can see the options. I think this covers everything, but if not, I will refer to the text form. You've got the ability for the armour to be rendered or displayed around the hotbar rather than just in the bottom right corner. So we'll enable that. You can see that it's now available here for the armour to be displayed around the hotbar, and any of the other stuff like the inventory slots, main hand, offhand, and elytra or other trinkets are displayed in the bottom right still. So we go back here, you can have the effect duration displayed, which is to do with potions. So we just get, say, a random potion example that lasts a short amount of time. Let's see, we'll go with, say, slow falling. I'll throw this, and you can see a counter appearing where the vanilla icon is. So we'll just wait for that to count down. So if you aren't sort of looking at the, or can't tell from the sort of blinking state of it, you can see with a countdown timer there. Otherwise, we'll disable that for now, and the sides obviously are for setting the defaults if you want. You've got the HUD corner, which I'm assuming this is for scale. Nope. Okay, so we're just determining, I assume, the corner this will be displayed in. So just go to 1. So you can see it's now moved to the bottom left instead of the bottom right. We'll change this to 2. We'll change it to the top corner somewhat. And then 3 sets it back there, so it doesn't display it on the left side for some reason there. Probably so you can still access the debug screen. Otherwise, we'll go to some of the other settings, which is for the minimum durability that will display. So I'm assuming if you have something with a stone tool or higher, it won't display anything here unless it's for percentage. No, sorry, the durability sound that will do it. So we can go up to 1500, which is obviously diamond. And if we actually had a diamond tool, or just any of the gold ones here, oops, it's not displaying the sound effect for that. So we'll just get another shovel. It's not playing it now, so we'll just see the cases after about, say, minimum durability percent. Okay, so we'll try around 24, for example. I think we've probably gotten to that point already. Whoops. So try again. So 23, 24, still nothing. So I'm not too sure on that. It should definitely work though. I'll scroll a little bit better. See if we can have it display at 8 instead of 6. Nope, still nothing. So not too sure on that when it comes to durability, but when it comes to percent, we'll actually try changing that. Or you probably do want to change both for it to sort of make it appear. So we'll try again. See how much of a difference that makes with the percentage being considered. So still at 6 it seems. Or at 6 instead of 3 at least, so not too sure on that. I should try 100% then and see if that's also the case. at 24, it's now doing it. So you definitely want to have percent at the highest point, so you can have it repeat the exact of the minimum durability. But if you have anything lower, it'll consider a sort of lower level, such as 3 or 6 or so, the further you, the lower you have it set. So if we did have this set to 32, I'm assuming it'll work immediately afterwards. Yeah, because obviously gold has 32 durability, so yeah, you can have that tweaked accordingly. You've got the percent show damage, so it shows damage instead of the durability while the item is still better than the percentage. So let's see, we'll put this to 100, and we'll actually put this down to say 50, put this to say 10ish or something, and we'll see what happens there. For the percentage display, this is not the actual sound effect. So you can see it's still in the negatives, and once it gets to a certain point, you can see now that it's at 3 durability, and it's not showing the percentage anymore. If we change this, obviously, to something like 0, oops, I can do that. If I only prefer the percentage and I don't want to see just the durability numbers, I could probably have it do that as well. Even past 3 durability, of course. And you can see there the entire way through. Other than that, we do have the ability for the Windows title to change, which you can see in the top left. It says that I'm on a local game. Mostly this is determined by multiplayer or single player. Obviously, if I'm on a local game, it's most likely assuming that I'm in single player or on a LAN. If it happens to be multiplayer, it'll probably say on the server you're on, most likely. So you can either enable or disable that, which now says the actual title that it typically does. So there's that. We also have the ability for it to show trinkets, so if you do have the trinkets mod installed, it'll show all trinkets even when they don't have durability and damage. So mostly if I went with, say, the ones from a bunch of trinkets, such as, I think it was something like the work pack, you can see that it doesn't have durability but it's displaying it, and I assume with this it'll remove that there because it's not durability related. Whereas if it's a trinket that does have durability, it will display it, as you can see there, but the work bag will not be displayed. Otherwise, we have the chest icon to show the number of free inventory slots. Again, obviously if we want to enable or disable that, we can. We'll just check right now, and you can see that it's not telling us how many slots in our inventory we have left. We'll enable those, because they're quite useful. And you've got the tooltip color, which you can change as well. So we'll just change this, still green. Just get a shovel again. We'll see what changes accordingly. So nothing on the display there. It's more so for the tooltip. So just see if there's anything there. Nothing. Okay, this might be a thing I may need to tweak in the other. Let's see. It doesn't have a mention at all. So nothing there. It is mostly supposed to display on the tooltip there, however, though. So we'll just check in here. Let's go to tooltip, and we can see that's that. That's not the one we want. So we'll try again. Damage. That's that. The tooltip color. So that should be for the actual tooltips that we have. So we've got between 0 and 5, the default value is, 0 and 15, the default is 5, and I'm assuming that's supposed to determine the tooltip of the actual tool, not the display at all. So I'm not too sure how we tweak that, at least unless I can't see it correctly, because the night mode I've got set. So, nothing at all seems to be too different as far as I can tell. Maybe I do need to reload for that to apply, that could also be the case. Yep, so reloaded, and nothing seems too different there, at least as far as I can tell. Let's see, I may be missing something. I'll go to images so you can get a better idea, since I'm not sure how to replicate it. So this is what this pretty much does. Okay, it changes the durability display, that's why. Okay, so that's at white, I'm pretty sure. I'm assuming that's not yellow, so we'll just go to 2. Nothing appearing there, it seems. Just try the axe, because it's a new display. Nope, so nothing there either. Okay, not sure about that, but yeah. And pretty much the options here, if you were doing this in Forge, or you were doing it through still Fabric, but through the config file, you do have the ability to see the max value, the minimum value, and the default value. And you've got certain other displays here as well, giving you an idea of what they can change. But it should be pretty much exactly the same as the mod menu one as well. And obviously if I close this and reopened it, it should match the mod menu equivalent settings for Fabric at least. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Forge should have it where it displays the exact same. Obviously you can't access via a mod options means, however, though. If we were to just end off though, since I'm pretty sure both do have fairly similar features, Rift at least has it if you were accessing configs via a book icon. I've never been able to find this, so I can't say I can cover it. Otherwise, Fabric with the cogwheel, and Forge you'll have to obviously access the configs there. So just depending on the version you're using, you'll notice this, and with the 1.12 version you will be able to access the mod options, the config through the mod options button. So yeah, there is the ability for that as well. But otherwise I'm pretty sure the Forge version acts pretty much exactly the same. Obviously it's just on the default here. Access to settings is obviously the config, and the rest is obviously what it is. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.